Enoch was the seventh generation from Adam, the first man God created. From Scripture, we know Enoch lived for 365 years and then was translated or raptured or ascended without dying, without relinquishing this genetic vehicle. And that even though he was a sinner, like every other human being, he pleased God with his lifestyle. And Enoch lived 65 years and begat Methuselah. And Enoch walked with God after he begat Methuselah 300 years. And he begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Enoch were 360 and 5 years. And Enoch walked with God, and he was not, for God took him. By faith, Enoch was translated. By faith, Enoch was raptured. By faith, Enoch ascended, that he should not see death, and was not found, because God had translated him. For before his translation, he had this testimony, that he pleased God. But without faith, it is impossible to please him, for he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Enoch named his firstborn son Methuselah. Dearest, esteemed, honored, most notable, and noble viewer, the name Methuselah is made up of two Hebrew words. Meth, meaning death, and Selah, meaning to send. In Genesis 5, chapter 5, verse 22, the way that these two words are put together is unique. The spelling suggests the name can be translated as a Hebrew sentence meaning, when he is dead, it will be sent. If we add the years from creation to the birth of Methuselah, as found in Genesis chapter 5, and then add his age at death, we find he died the very same year the flood came. If we look in the ancient book of Jasher, we see Methuselah died exactly 1 week before the flood occurred. This is the same day Noah entered the ark. The timing clearly shows Enoch knew of the prophecy of God's judgment of the world. And apparently God gave Enoch a prophecy that the day his son died would be the end of the world as he knew it. This would indeed keep Enoch centered on both his son and the teachings of God throughout his whole life, walking very closely with God. Enoch, the seventh from Adam, delivered out the prophecy referred to by the apostle Jude. The Jews make mention of a writing of his in their ancient book of Zohar. And in the Targum of Jonathan, he is called the Great Scribe. And several of the Christian fathers speak of his book as authentic, as Tertullian and others. And the Arabic writers, Flavius Josephus, tell us of pyramids and pillars erected by him, on which he engraved the arts and the instruments of them, and some letters ascribe the invention of letters and writing of books to him. Thoth. If the legends are to be believed, Enoch passed his book and other books to Noah, who preserved them in the ark. Noah then passed Enoch's book on to the Shem, who preserved it in the city of Salim. Eventually, it was passed down to the Israeli tribe of Levi for safekeeping. Somewhere along the line, a new Hebrew translation renamed some of the place names of the cities, rivers, and lands. This was most likely done around the time of Solomon. It was then preserved up to the time the Essenes buried it, along with other ancient texts to be found among the Dead Sea Scrolls. The book of Enoch is quoted by church fathers and rabbis alike, all the way back to the 1st century. By the year AD 700, it was forgotten by the church as a whole. Here are a few quotes from the ancient church fathers that let us know that the Ethiopic version of Enoch, sometimes referred to as 1 Enoch, was considered the real book of Enoch, and that it contained real prophecy. It was not, however, to be added to the canon of Scripture, but was considered recommended reading by Scripture, much like the ancient book of Jasher, what we know today as 2 Enoch and 3 Enoch. Can I get a 4 Enoch, 5 Enoch? Can I get a 6 Enoch, 7 Enoch going once, 8 Enoch? Come on with a 9 Enoch, come on, sold. Sold. What we know today as 2 Enoch and 3 Enoch were never considered real by either the church or the ancient rabbis. That's because they were in the business of enslavement. The Essenes, the Gospels of the Essenes, the book of Enoch, demonstrate how man in the physical body may be caught up by God, may be translated, may be raptured, may be ascended. Enoch's prophecy of 70 angels is from 2 Enoch. These were not received by Jews or Christians, though, because that's Judaism and Christianity are religions of enslavement, as all organized religions. Idolatry. Enoch taught that the demons and spirits of the apostate angels turned everything pure into idolatry. Everything pure, the apostate fallen angels, demons and spirits of the apostate angels that founded organized religion, that are in your organized religions, that are in your Vatican, that are in your church pulpit on Sundays. Demons. Organized religion is in the service of apostate angels. Pure idolatry. The Christian church of today is the synagogue of Satan. You can write that check out to the Aumbonda New Earth Ashram for compassion and strength, and it shall be cashed with truth, with the currency of truth. Namaste, namaskaram.